fellow gamers, this is Colorway Gaming and we are playing Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. In this video, we are gonna share about a new adventure. I am currently at year 2 at chapter 6 and this is where most of you get this adventure. We have 3 days and 19 hours to complete this, which is more than enough if we don't waste much energy. So, while investigating a werewolf attack, you work to gain Chiara's trust, prove that she can rely on you to earn her as a friend. Meet Remus Lupin and even receive a special gift. So I'm not blabbering much about it, so we can go, guys. As soon as the event starts, Ben will ask you to meet him at the courtyard to discuss some recent rumors. And I learned that during the last full moon, a girl was attacked by a werewolf in the Forbidden Forest. Naturally, you decide to investigate the matter, but sadly, you don't know the identity of the girl who was attacked. And then at the training grounds, you met Penny and you asked her if she knows the name of the girl who was attacked. Sadly, she doesn't know, but she might know someone who does. But unfortunately, Madam Hooch interrupted us. So after our flying lessons, we had a chance to talk and she said there is Chiara Loboska, a girl from Hufflepuff, who investigate the same matter. And then you approach Chiara and you ask if she's also investigating the werewolf attack. She'll be quite shocked to hear that you are also investigating about the same matter. You explain the plan to her and you're concerned about whether it might be related to the cursed walls. Sadly, Chiara doesn't know who the victim is. And then I suggest working together. After all, two heads are smarter than one. But she doesn't want me getting close to her. Then I have a task to convince her. And when it's done, Chiara agrees to work together. And then she mentions that the victim's name might be in Madame Pomfrey's patient files. But she is quite strict when it comes to patient files. So you come up with a plan. The plan is that you distract Madame Pomfrey and keep her occupied while Chiara looks through the patient files. Then we both approach Madame Pomfrey saying that my head hurts and she examined me. And after examination, she said I was alright, obviously. Shortly after she leaves, Chiara came and tell her she was successful in her mission and you get a name, Pippa Macmillan. As it turns out, the rumor might be true after all. And then we decide to meet the victim and head to the charms classroom where Pippa was already there. We inquired her about the attack, but Pippa said she was not entirely sure it was a werewolf. But we asked her to remember everything she can. Then Pippa sums up everything she can remember and she said that she remembers her howl, a big white creature, and getting scratched. And I said it's most likely to be a werewolf. And Chiara was so terrified, like she was the werewolf who attacked. Like so terrified, look at her face. And without giving an explanation, she hastily ran out of the classroom. Apparently she wants to be alone. But after some times, I head towards the training ground to meet her. She tries to push me away even though I remind her that I care about her well-being as a friend. I even asked why she ran away so hastily, but she was quite hesitant to open up. Then Boff comes and interrupts the awkwardness by happily barking at me, and then Chiara tells that Boff is a werewolf pup. Once more you ask her to open up and this time you have Boff's approval and she at last open up saying that she is a werewolf and she is afraid that she might be the werewolf behind the attack. She don't remember attacking anybody. And I convince her that there is a good chance she might not be the one who attacked her. So I decide to research memory magic and see if there is anything can be done to help Pippa remember what really happened. So next, you and Chiara are offering books in the Great Hall and offering more about memory potion. And we thought maybe Professor Snape could help us brew this memory potion. Surprisingly, Professor Snape agrees to teach us how to brew memory potion. I don't know what happened with Snape, but he really helped us to brew the teach us how to brew memory potion. And after the class, he gave Chiara a strange potion, and she openly said it's a wolf bane and why it's used. Then we met at the artifact room with the ingredients to make the memory potion, but something struck me. You recall Professor Snape giving Chiara Wolfsbane potion every month, meaning that Chiara, after drinking the potion regularly, would have control and consciousness each time she transforms. Then why she's worried, since she is probably not the one who attacked Pippa? But Chiara will not answer, instead she suggests focusing on brewing the potion. Then we brew the memory potion just as Professor Snape taught us. Then she leaves. Shortly after, Ben will ask you to meet him at the training grounds. Ben is worried because his teddy is missing, so we both look for the teddy, but nothing is found. At that time, you saw something. You notice Chiara meeting with an unknown person. Apparently, she gave that person a bottle of something. And Ben saw that too. In the next morning, we met at the clock tower courtyard, and Chiara said Pippa will be here any minute so that we can give the memory potion so as to know the truth. And I said about what happened last night, seeing her with an unknown wizard, and she was really mad because she thought I was spying on her. Before I could explain anything to her, Pippa arrived. At first, Pippa was reluctant to use the memory potion because she was afraid to know the truth, but later you convinced her, so she drank the potion. And the memory potion worked. She remembered everything that happened that night. She said she wasn't attacked by a werewolf. Apparently, she was scared by a hippogriff, and while running away, she scratched her hand on a nearby tree bench. Then you met Ben in the charms classroom. Now everybody knows that it wasn't a werewolf that attacked Pippa because in Hogwarts, words travel faster. But still, Ben was concerned about the unknown wizard and he was planning to report it to Professor Dumbledore. I convinced him not to do it, but there was a problem. Ben had already alerted some other students about the wizard, and I quickly decided to find Chiara. I told her about Ben warning other students about the wizard. Needless to say, she was very angry. But once learning the whole story, she apologized to Sue, but she is very concerned about the wizard. And you asked about him, but she said it's not her secret to share. I even told I will make her an unbreakable vow. That made her so surprised, and she asked me to come at the training grounds if I want to learn the truth. So that's it for today's video. There will be a part 2. Thank you for watching and subscribe my channel for more.